tension has been rising between China and the U.S. over a number of hotspots in the South China Sea. The issue is dominating the annual Shangri-La Dialogue, which brings together security officials from 26 nations.
The United States and China are doing.
On Wednesday, U.S. Defense Secretary Ashton took a tough line against China, calling for an end to the building of all man-made islands in disputed regions. But on Saturday, he sent a new message.
There should be an immediate and lasting halt to land reclamation by all claimants. We all know there's no military solution to the South China Sea disputes.
It's ground lease.
In the Q&A sessions later, Carter was questioned by senior Chinese Colonel Zhao Xiaozhuo.
Over the past decades, the region has been peaceful and stable just because China's great restraint. Recently, U.S. has taken some measures, such as harsh criticism towards China, even military threat. Does this help maintain peace and stability in the region?
Speaking later to CCTV News, Zhao said Carter's latest remarks were positive. Secretary of Defense Carter said all relevant countries should stop the construction. Do you think he's setting his tone down today?
Yes, I think so. I think it is a more balanced judgment about what's happening in this region. So I think it is a welcome step for China, and it is helpful for the building of the new type of China-U.S. major country relationship.
That new type of major power relationship is aimed squarely at avoiding conflict between a rising power like China and a resident power like the United States. But on May the 20th, a U.S. spy plane which was carrying journalists flew dangerously close to South China Sea's islands claimed by Beijing.
This is the Chinese Navy. This is the Chinese
They were
Navy.
given 8 separate warnings by the Chinese Navy. A few days later, the Pentagon sent a drone. China's army managed to successfully prevent its operation by jamming its electronics. In his keynote speech to the dialogue, Singaporean Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong welcomed the statement by both China and the United States that the Pacific is vast enough for the two giants.
By vast enough, they mean that there is space all over the Asia-Pacific for both powers to participate and to compete peacefully. They do not mean vast enough to divide up the Pacific Ocean between the two, each with its own sphere of influence, circumscribing options for other countries, and increasing the risk of rivalry and conflict.
Despite the latest exchange, China said South China Sea should and will be just one part of the Shangri-La Dialogue, and that there is still much bigger grounds for military cooperation rather than conflicts. China believes that discussions on issues like fighting terrorism, peacekeeping, and overseas citizens' evacuation are all more useful and more constructive topics than just sensationalizing differences. Han Peng, CCTV, Singapore.